Welcome to Wishwell Farms, everybody. Here at the old Worthington Farmers Market in Columbus, Ohio. I've been getting a ton of requests from all you folks to see more farmers market footage. So here we are. I normally can't make it to the farmers market, but they were short-staffed today by a person, so I decided to come up and give them a hand. We are currently halfway through the market. It's 10 a.m. Eastern here in Columbus, Ohio. And I would say we are 3/4. Did I say that right? 3/4 of the way sold out of everything we brought. I apologize in advance if my phone seems shaky and jittery. I forgot my little tripod, so I am holding this thing up without a tripod. So I'm gonna hold it as still as I can. I probably won't do much walking around. So here's the inside of our truck right now. I'll take you up in there and show you. Oh. All right, can everybody hear me loud and clear? I just hit the microphone button. I hope I didn't shut down the sound. All right, there's the inside of the truck. Cantaloupes are gone. We got about 20 seedless watermelon left, and some of the ugly ones that we're kind of holding on to. They have cucumber beetle damage. These are all empties, except that stack of tomatoes. We probably won't be going through all of those tomatoes. Tomato sales are down a little bit just because there's so much competition. These are some more melons staged, ready to bring out. So it's a little slow right now, so it's a good time to go around and show you everything. All right, you can hear me loud and clear. Thank you. This is Stanley. Stanley's working on making baskets of green beans. They're 1 pound quart baskets for $3. And then we also have them out loose for $2.50 a pound for people that just want to grab a little bit or a whole bunch. This is the last of the cantaloupes today, the final 4 of today. And I'm ready to restock some tomatoes. They're getting a little low. We're almost out of yellows. And these Wonderland pinks from Pan American seed. They kind of look like an heirloom brandy wine type tomato. Smaller tomatoes in baskets. Roma tomatoes, we're almost out. Joel's syrup. He's got 6 or 7 flavors, so we just got a couple out of each one. We have Emma here. Everybody knows Emma from the farm, working hard. She does a great job. And this is Jeremy. Jeremy's been helping me on Saturdays. Oh man, how long have you been helping me, Jeremy? Probably 3 years, okay. And then the other regular guy, Nate, he's out traveling today. I think he's down in Nashville. So it's just Stanley, Emma, and Jeremy, and me. But I haven't worked too hard. I've kind of just been overseeing everything, filming everything, making sure the beans are stocked up. I help bring out the rest of the cantaloupes. And I want to show you guys something. See that? There's my second GoPro. Working hard, taking a time lapse of the entire market from setup to tear down. So we put this, well, Emma did. She put this GoPro here right when she arrived at 6:30 a.m. Hopefully it adjusted properly for the lighting as it became daylight. So it's still going strong. I attached it to my power bank so it doesn't die, but that's going to be 5 hours of footage on that camera. All right, I need you guys to tell me what you want to see. I'll probably keep this short because I've seen a couple text messages roll in already from my employees. I'll walk you around the stand and show you some more close-ups. You thought Emma was my daughter. No. I'm not that old, good grief. Or maybe she looks really young. My oldest is 24. My oldest son, Gavin, he just graduated with a nursing degree. My other son is 22, and my youngest is 20. She's a sophomore in education at Cedarville University. My middle son that's 22 is a full-time YouTuber. If you guys are into hunting, fishing, trapping, air rifles, check out Blocketh Outdoors. He's got about 500,000 subs. He's doing really, really well. He's got a good following. All right, back to farmers market stuff. So I can walk around and talk to some vendors. I can show you some more close-ups of what we got going on here. And I filmed a lot of it already, of our stand. So that will be in an upcoming video, probably next Wednesday or Friday. All right, I'm gonna turn you back around. Let's go look at our stand. If you guys are curious about what I use to film with, there it is. It's the GoPro 12 with the DJI lav mic. And this is one of my old ones. That's a 10. And I have the DJI lav mic portion right here. Hey, Joel, how you doing? All right, let's go take a look at the stand. I'm trying to remember to walk around slowly and deliberately, moving this camera very gently because I know live stream footage usually stinks. So we're out of cantaloupes, so we brought out some more watermelons. Bean sales are down just a little bit today. We'll probably bring a few home. Let's see if we can sneak through here. This is the bottleneck of the operation. So the corn pile's getting whittled down. We need to dump some more corn. Actually, I think it's all dumped. That might be all we have left. That's about 8 tubs. So we started with 50, and we're down to 8. And we're only halfway through the market, so everything in there is empty. So the only thing we're kind of loaded down on still is watermelon, green beans, and tomatoes. Extra tub of zucchini. We started with 6. Eggplant are getting whittled down. We started with 3 eggplant, 2 bell peppers, so they're going slow. We started with 3 cucumbers, and we still have half of those left, more than half. Those are going slow. 2 tubs of zucchini, and we started with 10 or 12 tubs of broccoli, and that is it, our final few heads. All right, I saw some stuff coming in on the chat. Oh man, look at this. Completely dead right now. It's a perfect time to talk to Emma and Jeremy. It's dead. So how's today been going, in your opinion, so far? We're only halfway through.
Yeah, I feel good. Yeah.
I don't even know what time it is. 10:15? Oh, it's 10:30, so we're a little beyond halfway. But do you feel like it's as good, better, or a little slower than normal? Better than normal. And okay. It seems like it's coming and going in waves, maybe. Okay. So as I mentioned in some prior videos leading up to today, and in today's video that'll be out next week, today is the big Ohio State University Buckeye game against Texas Longhorns. So it's going to be happening right down the street, about 6 or 7 miles from here. And boy, it was a mess getting into Columbus today. I mean, several 100,000 people making their way into Columbus to watch this big game, I'm guessing. So I had a feeling that today would start off really strong, really fast, because it's going to die at about 11. So probably in another half hour to an hour, it's going to really die off because of the start of the game. But not everybody watches football, so it'll still be decent. Just not as good as our normal Saturday from 11 to 12. Yeah, very slow. I hope the die down's not happening already. My goodness, it's a little early. Stanley, how many beans do we have left? You got one more full one down there?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you just open another full one. I think we have one more full one down there, so we might get rid of most of them. We got another good hour yet. And we're out of corn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That is the last of the corn. So when I see that corn get level and no more rounded or heaped up, I will condense it to 4 tubs instead of 6. So it looks prettier. I'll fluff it back up into 4 tubs, and then I'll do it again down to 2 tubs until we're down to 1 tub. So I'm pretty confident we will sell out of corn. So as soon as I get off this live stream, I'm going to be contacting Clintonville Market, which is just south of here, down High Street, about 4 or 5 miles. And if they are having a bad day, I might run down there and grab some of that corn. They had 32 tubs to start with. So there's a chance they're having a bad day, or they might sell out. I don't know, but I might go grab some of their corn and bring it up here just so we don't sell out. And I'll have to do that soon, because once we get past 11, it's not worth it. I need to be back here by 11:15 to do that. Plus, I got to be heading back to Bell Fountain, back home at 11:15, because I'm the one that has to pick up the leftover cantaloupes and watermelons, if there are any, at the Logan County Farmers Market, our hometown farmers market. So Nikki is running our trailer at our hometown farmers market. I dropped off a bin of cantaloupes and watermelons for her before I came here. and she doesn't have a way to get those home. I have to take my other box truck that I have back at the farm to pick those up. So that market ends at noon, so I need to be down there no later than 12:15 to pick those up and bring those home. So I'm only going to be here till probably 11 o'clock, so another half hour and I'll be heading home. So I'll try to do this live stream, keep this live stream going until I have to leave. I did see a text come in from one of my employees. I hope it's nothing important. I'll get back to her as soon as we wrap this up. 158 of you on there, awesome. Hey, Myers Family Farms, how's it going? Man, I'm trying to keep my finger out of the screen here. I'm gonna look at some of the chat. I've been getting a bunch. I'm gonna have a quick seat and take a load off because I've been working hard. Uh-oh, still pretty busy. We got 40-ish cantaloupe left. Shoot. Sorry about that. One of my employees, Elijah, who many of you know from the videos, is down at Clintonville, and he said still 40 cantaloupe left, so that's not very good. We might want to run that sale. I told him we're going to run a cantaloupe sale because some of them are kind of small, some of them are getting pretty ripe, and they're going to get thrown out if we don't sell them today. So we'll run a sale for $1 or $2 per cantaloupe for the final hour to try to blow through. I've gotten a lot of comments on the videos about why don't I do this or do that. One of them was even, can't I juice those melons? First of all, do you realize how long that would take to juice a couple melons? And we're not talking about a couple melons. We're talking possibly, on a good day, only a couple dozen being thrown out. On a bad day, a full bin. We're talking 100 melons. That's just the nature of vegetable farming. Sometimes they come on hard and strong and you can't move them all. If you have a bad day at one of the markets, you're going to throw out 50 or 100 melons. They don't hold. I can't hold them and waste my time and labor making phone calls trying to peddle a couple tubs or a bin full of cantaloupes. It's just not worth it. I wish I could do more to donate these melons, but you just can't, okay? And I'm just a dinky little farmer. Think what these farms do with hundreds and thousands of acres of produce. I mean, they're hooked up better with food banks, getting things delivered. All right, I'm not going to talk about this anymore. I don't want the live stream to be about produce that goes bad. Good morning from California. Still early over there. They're a Fernstead Farm. That's Chuck, I think. Fernstead Farm Greenhouse is at 2 markets today. HP Group. Man, I haven't heard from you in a while. Good to hear from you. You're the one that said you thought Emma was my daughter. That's funny. Love the content. Sorry guys, I'm just reading through these comments, see if there's anything interesting to talk about. I don't want this to be boring. More people are jumping on here. I would have put out a community post, a notification to let you know I was going live if I knew I was going to do this, but it was a kind of a spur of the moment decision while I was driving here. Well, thank you, Patrick. Impressed with the whole operation. It's a lot of moving parts. It comes easier to me since I've been doing it for so long, but now that I'm aging, I'm getting tired of doing so much. I'm ready to slow down just a little bit, make it a little simpler. I try to streamline and simplify everything just a little bit every year, You were just at Clintonville. It was kind of slow, probably because of the game, It's dying off here bad. I'm looking around and there's not near as many people as there was. Everybody's settling in, getting ready for this big game. Yeah, so Dwayne said, you have more nerve than me to run a business that literally depends on just a few days a year for sales. Well, I wouldn't say that. Yeah, I mean, Saturdays are 80 to 90% of our revenue, but if we have a bad day, we still have some weekday markets and we have our mobile produce trailer that does really well. So, yeah, you know what? Maybe our Saturday markets are more like 75%. Because that mobile market trailer, I think it does 30% of our business. So yeah, I misspoke earlier when I said this was 90% of our sales. It's 65 to 70. So there, maybe that makes you feel a little bit better, Dwayne. All right, just wrapping up some of these comments. Hello from Richmond, from Ottawa, from Jamaica, Callahan, Florida, from the UK. My son's over in the UK right now. I think he's in Wales. No, he's in the Lake District. My son Gavin is wrapping up his 30-day trip through Europe. He started in Ireland, then Scotland, Wales, and he hooked up with a friend over there somewhere, and now he's in the Lake District, wrapping up his final 3 days, and he's flying home on the 3rd. Good morning from Philippines. My goodness. Hello from Maples Mountain. I'm not sure where that's at. From India. Churchville, New York, Northeast Texas. Go Longhorns. Oh, come on, you know better than that. I'm a hardcore Buckeye. My wife and I both graduated from the Ohio State University. Love the videos. You don't comment all the time. Okay. Yeah, I know. It's all right. Puerto Rico. This guy's Myers Family Farm, turning 30, looking for land to start a small vegetable farm. Good luck. I hope that all works out for you. Hope I've been an inspiration to you a little bit. Puerto Rico, South Dakota. People don't understand business side of farming. Yeah, well, you know, I'm trying to do my part to explain that a little bit more. There's a lot of moving parts, like I said earlier, on running a produce farm. Way, way, way more difficult and in depth, and many more moving parts than running a grain operation. I mean, not that that's always easy, but my goodness, it doesn't even compare to running a vegetable farm, guys. This is more like dairy farming. Yes, I'm not working physically 365 days a year, 24/7 like you are on a dairy farm, milking cows 2 to 3 times a day. But this is very, very demanding, much more demanding than dairy farming during the spring and summer and fall months. But, you know, I grew up on a dairy farm, guys. Many of you probably know that. Many of you may not know that. For my first 28 years, I was a dairy farmer. I went to Ohio State University, got a animal science degree and with an emphasis in dairy. And I was poised to take over the family farm of our 100 Holsteins. I was I'm the fourth generation farmer on our farm, and it was going to be dairy farming. And then we sold the cows in 01 when I was 28, and that's when I went full time into vegetable production. Hello from Phoenix, Atlanta, Louisiana. Guys, I want to do several videos on our farm history, my history, how I started the farm and all that good stuff in the off season when I need content. Good morning from Virginia, Ricky. Bozeman, Montana. My goodness, I got a good friend. Not a good friend. He was a coach of mine when I was doing ultra racing. His name is Jeff Garmeyer. He's from Bozeman, Montana, and he is actually currently on the Appalachian Trail going for the fastest known time, which I've done numerous fastest known times in my life, or in my last 5 years, and like speed records on backpacking trails. But he's on the big one, the Appalachian Trail, going for 41 days, self-supported. North Carolina. Oh, I'm going to be back in North Carolina soon. One of my favorite states, Western North Carolina. If you want to die as a farmer one day, from 36 years old. Not sure what that means. I'm not going to, I don't know what you mean by that. When do you plan on starting farm tours after you start shutting down? Late September, I have a kayak camping trip in Michigan, and that's when I plan to visit an apple orchard. Belgium, Ocala, Florida. I love Ocala National Forest. I've backpacked in there several times. I've done 300 or 400 miles of the Florida Trail, so I'm kind of section hiking that one. I'm a big backpacker, guys, if you don't know that. I do a lot of long distance backpacking trips of 350 miles. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, back to your question about when am I going to start farm tours. So the apple orchard stuff and maybe a pumpkin farm in September. And then early October, I have 2 Broyans farms and Veggie Boys. I hope to go visit both those guys. I don't know how long I'm going to be there. I need to call them and talk to them to make sure it's okay. I come and film there and hang out with them for a couple hours. I haven't contacted them yet, so I got a lot of legwork to do on my end before I start heading out to do these tours. Okay, I think I'm all caught up on the chat. Guys, what else do you want to see here? I've already talked to Emma and Jeremy and Stanley. I mean, I could talk to a couple vendors, but here we're going long, and I probably need to get back with my employees. Let's see what's happening here. Oh boy. Yeah. The Buckeye game has turned it into a ghost town out here, folks. This isn't good. The Buckeye game's hurting us now, isn't it? Waterbury, Tennessee. Oh gosh, I don't know if I feel like walking all around the market, guys, to film people. Unless that's what you want, I will. So, this market goes on both sides of the street, 2 city blocks. And I've had a lot of comments about they can't believe this high street stays open during the market. It doesn't impede anything for us. Our farmers are allowed to park in these parking spots along the sidewalk, and we have ample space to set up. Just like all these vendors are over here and over there. And sometimes there's restaurants over here. But this is a main thoroughfare in Columbus. You know, they can't shut this down. This is the intersection of High Street, which is US Route 23, and State Route 161 right down there. It goes to Gahanna. Not Gahanna. Gosh, just slipped my mind what town it goes to. New Albany first, and then Granville. All right, people are dropping off here. 20 minutes in. Yeah, Memphis, Tennessee. Finster Farms. I said that wrong earlier. Chuck, right? Yeah, I'd love to come down and visit you. A little difference from the last time you were at the market. A lot less people. Well, it just looks like that right now because of the Buckeye game. It was slamming busy. I mean, I kid you not, when I pulled up here, I filmed this on my other video. I mean, there was over 50 people sitting around our stand. People couldn't even walk through here. It was madness. There's usually about 10,000 people that come through this market every Saturday morning. So it's just really dead right now because it's winding down. So it goes 2 city blocks that way and another city block down that way. All right, folks, I'm gonna have to wrap this up because I gotta get a hold of my employees to see if we need to run any melon specials for the final hour. It's probably too late to do anything because of the Buckeye game. All right, any final questions, folks, before I wrap this up? Webster, New York. Live stream is pretty cool and appreciated, but you've got a business to run. Yeah. Okay, guys. Thanks for tuning in for this live stream. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll try to do more of these as time allows. And hopefully I have my tripod with me next time. I need to get live streaming hooked up to my GoPro so it's really smooth and more clear. I know these live streams kind of suck sometimes with sound and clarity and, you know, stability. Alrighty, folks. Say goodbye to Emma as she puts out some watermelon. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye. Enjoy your weekend. Go Bucks!